The agro-commodity space. In the spices pack, pepper contract hit lows today on expectations of an increase in supplies in the spot market. Jeera, on the other hand, gained thanks to the fresh overseas inquiries, though high supplies of commodity restricted the gains. Turmeric futures also gained on short covering. This counter fell over 1% in the previous session and hence some short covering. Value buying also was seen in the Chana complex, giving a boost to the futures. Slow sowing due to delay in harvesting of summer crops also supported sentiment in the Chana. Good traction in the oilseeds pack as well. Soybean futures rose on the back of firm prices in the US and low supplies in the spot market. Dipen, which of course is there in the agro space, but Dipen, what exactly is happening in the Chana? Because every time most of the strategists, almost a consensus that it is actually going down. What kind of trade do you see in Chana from here on?
We are actually seeing a little bit of retracement in terms of prices in the Chana commodity because if you see the fundamental factors, we are expecting the new crop to be arriving at around December and January time period. So what we are seeing is just a retracement in prices which could extend to around 38.50 on the electronic platform, and from there we could see some kind of profit booking again creeping into the commodity.
Vijay, what about pepper? Again it hit the contract lows today. Where do you see the immediate resistance and targets for pepper?
Well, Ajay, it's kind of making a lower tops and lower bottoms formation in the absolute near-term charts. I think anything close to 38,600 odd levels will now become a very stiff resistance. In case it does dip, my guess it'll breach the 36,750 levels also.
Dipen, have you looked at the charts or even the strategy or open interest build-up as far as jeera is concerned? How do you see that particular commodity being traded?
See, if we talk about jeera specifically, it's been in a long range since a very long time. We've been seeing 13,500 being as a very strong support level and 15,500 being as a very strong resistance. So that is why we're seeing that the channel is traded basically. That means that 15,500 profit booking is seen and 13,500 attracts some buying. So we are currently in the mid-range and we should avoid the commodity as long as we do not reach either on the top of the end of the band or towards the lower end of the band.
Apart from that, anything in the spices pack which actually make for a compelling trade? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, specifically if we see that pepper is the only commodity in the spices pack that is currently underperforming, rest all the commodities are actually kind of seeing some good attraction in buying, and chili is one of the commodity that has given an excellent breakout. Thus if any investor or trader would want to invest in chili, it would be the best time to invest in chili. In the December contract at around January contract at around 65,060 would be the ideal level at which a trade could be initiated with a stop loss of 63.80 for a target of 6,700 on the higher side.
Dipen, chili is, how is the volume as far as the trading in chili is concerned? Because not many strategists very actively suggest trading this one.
No, it is a pretty liquid commodity as far as electronic exchanges are concerned, and we could see some good upswing in prices also coming in chili prices, and due to the seasonal factor there is a good turnover that is happening in the commodity.
Okay, what's your call on turmeric April futures?
Turmeric April futures, as you mentioned, we've seen a retracement in terms of prices also. Thus again, as long as if we talk about April futures till 5,200 is not broken on the lower side, we could initiate buy in turmeric. So that will be the best time to buy.
Vijay, do you track out of these turmeric? It had a very big bull run, if I'm not wrong, as far as last year. One way big movement was actually seen. Turmeric, anything interesting over there?
Well, I'm afraid, Ajay, I'm not really tracking it at this point in time, so I'll have to let it pass.
All right, then come to your favorite contract, mentha.
Ajay, I'm a little cautious about extending my luck in mentha here. So far, so good. It's run up way beyond my expectations in the time frame mentioned. Of course, I do expect there's a whole lot more upside left, but at this point in time, I would like to wait for minor declines and buy in the December futures rather than the November futures, because November is heading close towards expiry. So I would buy the December futures as marginal dips to 1346 levels. I would hold these longs with a stop loss at 1324. I would not really feel any untoward panic if it was to dip by another 10-20 rupees from the 1324 levels. This time around, I expect it to go past the 1400 levels.
Dipen, have we looked at how the mentha prices actually very gradually have been making higher tops. Vijay has been getting it right, almost 250 odd rupees one way. But now, of course, he's turning cautious. Have you looked at the charts of that particular commodity? Is there a trade there?
Yes, specifically the trade is present obviously on the buying side, but again a cautious view is very likely to be maintained here, and 1330 is a very strict stop loss that we would be maintaining in all our buy positions, because the faster the commodity runs up, the stricter the stop loss should be, because we could see a sharp retracement that could come into the prices. So 13 to 30 would be the ideal trading level that could be kept as a stop loss.
Vijay, out of all the agro commodities right now, purely from the charts as well as the open interest build-up, which one is showing the highest amount of build-up right now? Have you done any kind of a comparison?
Ajay, I think looking at the cyclical and seasonal factor, Mentha oil is witnessing a whole lot of trader activity, and prices are basically the biggest trigger that attracts a trader, and traders will go wherever volatility, price appreciation and potential alpha is, and alpha is the highest in Mentha at this point in time. And I think open interest position might change hour to hour, but day-to-day basis, I think Mentha is where I would put my money on.
Deepan, have you looked at crude palm oil? Because that also has been, one favorite among strategies. The price action has also been quite encouraging for traders.
Yeah, specifically, but if we see on the overall term, the CPO prices have been majorly trading in a range, and the range is yesterday was violated on the lower side, and the band was violated on the lower side of around 430 rupees. So we'll have to wait on that till we again kind of develop a view towards the upper side.